What's up guys, it's Brandon Childs, and today we're going over an exercise I call the prone bar shoulder press. Now this is going to help correct your posture and also help prevent and treat any kind of shoulder injuries or rotator cuff injuries that you may have. Now because the majority of activities that we do in our lives causes us to round in the front, we reach for things, we're driving, everything is front dominant, we hardly do any kind of activity where we have to engage our back consciously. What this exercise does is it puts you in a position to where you have to engage your upper back, engage your posterior delt, engage your external rotator cuff through a constant range of motion, so it creates a functional activity versus doing a lot of these shoulder rehab exercises that you see with like doing stuff like that where there's no real activity where you're doing anything like that. So if you're doing this, stop it. You're wasting your time, you're not doing anything. Use this instead. So the only thing you'll need for this part is basically a broomstick or some kind of pole that has no weight in it. First thing you want to make sure is that when you line your hands up and as you pull back, you want to make sure that there's a nice straight line between your elbow and your wrist. When you pull back, you don't want it to be too wide like that, and obviously you don't want it to be too close because that's going to take away from the proper external rotation and shoulder cuff muscles that you want to work on. So keep it just like that, nice and lined up. Then once you're there, you go to lay on your stomach. When you lay face down, you want to make sure that basically only the tip of your nose is touching the mat. You don't want to strain and keep your head up like that because then you're using your neck. You also don't want to pull your chin to your chest because then you're also basically straining your neck in the opposite direction, pulling on it too much. So when your nose is straight down, it's in a nice neutral position and only touching the tip of the nose. From there, first thing you want to do, lift the bar straight up as high as you can. Now when you lift up as high as you can, what you'll notice is you'll feel a tilt in your lower back. Make sure that you keep your pelvis pressed flat down against the mat and your glutes. Basically squeeze your glutes. Keep your glutes engaged the entire time. So that way when you lift up, you're not arching your lower back like that. You want to basically train your lower abs and glutes to work with your upper back for this one. So once the pelvis is pressed down against the mat, going back up into the bar, only the tip of your nose is touching. Lift up as high as you can. And then as you pull back, you want to pull your elbows down towards the mat and your hands toward the sky as you pull back through the range of motion. So this looks like this. As I'm pulling back, my elbows are pointing down, hands are going up, and I'm squeezing the center of my shoulder blades together, all the way back together through the range of motion. And as I go back forward, when I press up, I'm pressing at an angle going up towards the ceiling. I'm not just pressing straight forward, I'm really externally rotating my shoulders through that range of motion to really get the full benefit of it. So it's down like that, elbows down, and as you press up towards the ceiling. You have the option to rest in between each one, or for more of a challenge, you can keep your arms up the entire time, like that. Once you feel comfortable in your range of motion, you can make it more challenging by doing it with dumbbells. The reason I say dumbbells and not a barbell, because a barbell is 45 pounds and it's going to be very, very challenging. And if you can get to that level, that's pretty impressive. But start with dumbbells. I'm going to be using 5-pound dumbbells, which is an extreme challenge for me. So same setup as before, and now same thing. Nose tilted down. As you lift up, you'll immediately notice it's a lot harder when you have these dumbbells because each side has to kind of work individually on its own without getting support from the other to lift it up. So like I said, I'm using 5 pounds. You can start with 1 pound, 2 pounds, start from there real light. It also makes it a little bit easier to start in the lower position just to get it up in the beginning. And then as you press up, you'll feel the farther you get away from your body, it makes it a lot harder to externally rotate and keep your elbows down and that weight up. But you still want to keep that as your focus. And basically once you get to the point up here, you want to try to bring your hands all the way together in the front. You don't kind of just want to let them linger out there because you're taking away from a lot of the benefit of getting that extra work in the center of your back there. So you go from here, press up, squeeze together, and come back down. I like to rest down here because it's just a lot harder to lift up in the front there. So start down here and back down. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or requests, make sure you leave them in the comments so that I can continue to make content that will bring out your ultra instinct.